Hi, Heather.
Hey Dylan, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the Channel 8 podcast or the River Red podcast, Free
Right,
Britney
Free Britney
2.0.
2.0. Oh man, that was so good. We should do it in sync like that every single
Yeah, that was really good.
time. Well, as always, in true form, we have tons to talk about.
We do. We have a lot of
Tons.
new posts
We do.
and some taken down.
Yeah, and then even outside of post drama.
Yeah.
Oh my
So I
God.
guess we could
Where do we
start
start?
with it's pretty tame. The first one was 3 days ago since we last spoke on the podcast. Was the rose. It looks like a little frozen rose. And she just did a credit for the artist who took the picture.
Okay.
I don't
Man,
have
I'm on
anything to say
the
really
thing right
about
now.
it.
Okay, so that was 3 days ago. So we should probably when I'm just trying to think the order of events on the event that happened last week. Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
what date that was? You
Ooh,
guys will find out in a minute.
uh,
I was just wondering if that was before or after this pink rose. So 6 days ago.
oh, so it happened like
Okay.
the day after we recorded.
Okay. So maybe we should start there and go in order, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to talk too much detail on it because TCon, let's just say that TCon has just really taken the opportunity to make Britney fans sound kind of crazy. But a post was posted to Britney's Instagram that had a Porsche 911, and there was a whole bunch of caption. I don't know if you want to go through it or not. And at the bottom, it describes the car, and part of that was 911 on it, 911. And then her Instagram went down, and a lot of people got freaked out because the 911 was in the post.
Mm-hmm.
And and there was a wellness check that was then done and recorded live on TikTok. And
By other creators.
yes, by three creators who we're not going to name because we just
Mm-mm.
don't need to do that. And nothing really came of it. I don't think, like, while they were on the call, and then the next morning, I think everybody woke up and all hell broke loose. As
Yeah.
in, TMZ blasted those people all over, said that they were part of TCon. They were trying to like embarrass Britney. They had crossed a line, which they had. That did cross a line in privacy.
Yeah.
And excuse me. What else is there on that subject? Um, I forgot where I was going with that.
So
Okay,
the
so they crossed the
police show
line.
up and
Yes,
but there's no claim from their mouth saying that Brittany
yes,
herself answered to the door or whatever.
yeah. There's no for sure claim that they actually spoke to Britney. I have not like done a lot of coverage on it because it's such a touchy topic. So I haven't even like dug into that paperwork because it's a pretty rough representation of the Britney advocate community. And I know those creators are sorry and they were impulsive and acted out of line. But it still should have never been done. And
Yeah.
it did cross a line of privacy. As much as we want to help Britney, like, that cannot be the option right now. And honestly, I've had many followers who follow me on TikTok and Instagram and message me over the past months and suggest doing that. And my answer was always, do not do that.
Yeah.
One, because the privacy issue, and two, because this kind of situation can happen. So literally those creators have been like bullied and online like crazy since that has
Yeah.
happened.
And
So,
It gave TCon a way to shift the narrative and say, "Ooh, let's turn
mm-hmm,
the fans against each other," because
yeah,
if they're cracking too many codes and all this stuff, we now have an
yes,
outlet to say, "Ooh, now we can blame the fans and turn the
yes.
narrative."
They haven't been able to like shut anybody down and get any of the advocates to like hush up and go away. So this was the perfect opportunity. There was already some like Twitter kind of bullying happening towards advocates anyways. Twitter's really good for drama, but then this just fell right in line. I honestly don't even sometimes I wonder if that post was like not even Britney implanted
Mm-hmm.
to try to walk people into that, because there's some pretty passionate people in that advocate community. And anyways, yeah, so TCon was able to just take that, stick it into, look, all the fans are crazy. They're the ones driving Britney crazy. They're the ones crossing boundaries. And now they're still running with that narrative. And that pretty much catches us up too.
Yeah.
Now we can go over like post and then the Britney's Twitter
Well,
post
even
and
like
all.
those, yeah, the Twitter posts, I guess, is where we could start because that's was the
Yeah, that
most
was
after that.
mhm.
And as of today, just the singular posts remains, and we've noticed that all the
Yeah,
tweets, all the
yeah,
replies that she had are gone now that were in
yeah.
that
So
thread.
go ahead. Yeah, so before the Instagram even came back up, because remember it went down. Then people made the wellness check. It wasn't they didn't actually call 911. They made a wellness check call, and so Instagram went down. That happened. Instagram is still down, and then a tweet shows up on Britney's account on Twitter,
Hmm.
whom I don't believe was authentically written by Britney,
All the
but
love be. It just she's
yeah,
never said anything. She would always say all my love, but she said all the love be. There's just that part alone was like, okay.
yeah, but even yeah, okay. And then the Instagram, that's right, Dylan. The Instagram went back up. And then it was either the same day, I think it was the same day that it went back up. Instead of posting a response on Instagram, a response was posted on Twitter. My thoughts on that is that Twitter is volatile and full of drama, and all of the angry people that don't like the Britney advocate people right now fighting to see what's wrong are over there on Twitter.
Yeah, they're
So
on
I think
Twitter.
that's why the team posted on Twitter was to
Yeah,
keep those people stirred up. They know that they are now sicking like the general public onto our advocate community to try to like push people out that way.
right.
So, should we read that tweet that she wrote in response to the thing or no?
Sure. Why not? Do you have it up or should, I think I have it here.
I can get it. No, I can get it. It's fine. I was wondering. Okay, Brittany, but
I
I
don't have
don't
any of the
have the other
replies.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have. Okay. So she says, as everyone knows, the police were called to my home based on some prank phone calls. I love and adore my fans, but this time things went a little too far and my privacy was invaded. The police never entered my home, and when they came to my gate, they quickly realized there was no issue and left immediately. This felt like I was being gaslit and bullied once the incident made it to the news and being portrayed once again in a poor and unfair light by the media. During this time in my life, I truly hope the public and my fans who I care about can respect my privacy moving forward. All the love, B.
And they
Was
love
that the
pushing that like respect my privacy because then they it puts the narrative of like we shouldn't and couldn't expect anything from her. But yet she still posts all the time in these
yeah?
cryptic ways, but this is a very not cryptic post whatsoever. This is very
But then
direct.
the rest of her threaded tweets were not that same like tone though, were they? Like,
No, they
remember
were
it was like they're
it
not
was
my
more
real fan.
harsh.
Yeah. Did you say
Yeah.
you had a screenshot of those? Okay, so it says I shut down my Instagram because there were too many people saying I looked like an idiot dancing and that I looked crazy. Honestly, I was doing my best, but it disturbed me to see people freely talk about it on TV. Yep, it hurt my feelings. Next one. I'm sensitive and honestly, I would rather take a break and do my ice cream diet anyway. I know I thought it was a joke too, but it's not. It works surprisingly enough. She's talked about ice cream diets before. Um, then it goes to I'm shocked as hell that when I took my Instagram down, fans got worried and sent the cops to my house. It really was uncalled for. I adore my fans, but for those who did it that aren't real fans, and I honestly felt like it was a way to make me look bad. I mean, damn, come on. Three girls at a restaurant came up to me yesterday, so drunk and loud, and sat right beside me with that gross smell of alcohol and got right in my face. Reminded me of my wedding. I was traumatized. So weird.
So
Um,
weird.
and there's two more to go, but so far,
What
like this
restaurant? What
sounds
three girls? Like why didn't anyone
this.
have a picture?
I know, right?
What?
But all this stuff sounds like somebody that's trying to use information that they know or that she like put out in cryptic way and like put it in as her. Like it's not adding
Yeah.
up. And then the last two say, this time I said, please get the fuck away from me. Yes, it's Britney, bitch. Woke up and spoke for myself. Can you believe it? Honestly, I couldn't either. So, with that said, please, again, no, I'm doing the best I can. I'm alive, fine, healthy, and ready to start a new day, a new morning anew. To my real fans, God bless you. I don't feel like Britney would ever say to my real fans. Even if she were
Yeah.
mad at fans, I don't think she would ever differentiate between real fans and not. I
Yeah.
really don't.
It does not sound like like Britney would say
You
that.
also said that she never really likes to say it's Britney bitch about herself, which is weird
No,
because
she
that's her
doesn't.
song.
I know.
That
And
is so crazy.
it's funny because you can watch old interviews and like right when she was like on the Alan Carr show and she was trying to do promo, she was saying like work beep and then she kept like she wouldn't say it.
She's like a little proper.
Right?
Well,
She
except for when she's singing, right? Probably.
and there's been times where she said, I wish I had the receipts right now, but where she was just like, I didn't really want to say it, but we
Oh,
just made the song and it's like,
that's so
oh,
cute.
poor girl. And that whole
That's
that
yeah,
whole
I would have
song
never
is
thought
just
that.
so degrading, honestly, if you think about her situation she was in.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
you want a hot body, you want a new Bugatti, you better work. Like,
Yeah,
I think she has a little bit of an aversion to that song.
probably with like you said, with the situation that she was in. So I think it was pretty common that a lot of people felt like that was not her, except for the people who were just hearing about maybe the movement then. Because, there's a lot of people who are yay and nay to what's going on with Britney. And then there's a lot of people who just didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, the wellness check made like national news with CNN, Fox News, entertainment, tabloids, like all over the place. It went wild,
Mm-hmm.
wildfire. So that's why the bullying has gotten out of hand for at least one of those creators.
Yeah.
um, so anyways, that tactic is definitely being used. And I think it's also because the people who like think about it, when like something's going on in the news, but you only hear about it when it gets really big. And
Yeah.
then you create this opinion, but you don't really know the history of it. Well, that's these new people coming in. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that's where they're at.
And think
And
about
if
the
they're
millions of followers that Britney has on Twitter and Instagram that don't follow any kind of movement or
yes.
whatsoever. They're just following Britney.
And if they just come in and they see that on Britney's Twitter, they're like, oh, Britney's telling you this. They have no
Mm-hmm.
idea. They're not like, and then a lot of the fans are just gonna, or those kind of people coming in, should I say, are just gonna like dig into this. Let's just shame those people in this situation, and so that's what they're utilizing. That's what they're hoping, but we haven't gone anywhere. We've just gotten smart with our words, smarter with our
Right.
words. So again,
And
though, it's
and
not like we agree with that
like
situation.
we're trying to just unite and I think one thing that we can all get
Yeah.
behind is justice for Britney. Like
Yes.
if that's how we're all going to be able to get on the same page as fans and just interested people, in the situation.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know if we should refer to it as the first movement or Breathe Heavy. I'm not really sure, but the people in the first movement, I think, are heavily involved with Breathe Heavy,
Yeah.
and they did an amazing job the first time around. Not, and I don't. They definitely don't respect any conspiracy theory or anything like that. I do wish that they would try to talk to some advocates who are just genuinely worried and not trying to continue any conspiracy theory stuff, just really would like to, um, have some kind of like proper narrative to bring people, because,
Mm-hmm.
but it seems like that we're just all fighting each other. Let's say it that way. I'm just trying to be careful with what I say here and not be just accusatory towards anybody in particular. And I do wish that there was a way that we could just work together. Like, I think it's understandable for people to, with the history with Brittany, to be worried. But at the same time, there's a fine line because she does not owe anybody proof of anything.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that her situation makes people worried because for so long nobody did anything, nobody fought for her, and then we find out all of a sudden how terrible it was. And I think people are just really worried that of ignoring something that could be really bad again, and they don't want to leave her behind again and then find out years down the road that she's been sitting there in a terrible situation again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the
And
fact that, go ahead.
it doesn't help that there's a lot of like almost satirical creators that are
Yeah.
like pandering in the situation. I'm not going to
Mhm.
name any of those creators and give them time of day, but
Yeah.
people jumping in just to like put their word in because they see that this movement is getting traction and that
Mhm.
we're getting looped in with people like that and it's not like
Mhm.
that. We're here for the justice of Brittany and
Mhm.
not to invade her personal space in the meantime.
Well, I'm not one to really lie either. So, when I first came into the movement and started making videos, I mean, I really get into conspiracy theories. I really get into like all kinds of weird things. So I was entertaining a lot about what could be happening with Britney. But as time has gone on, I have evolved and realized that that was not going to get us anywhere. And in fact, it might actually be hurtful to Britney. So I think that's all that matters. So
Yeah.
even if people have done that, it's okay to like be open to possibilities, but we do have to be responsible for the
And
situation.
I've even kind of pivoted a lot in the way I think, like, and
Yeah.
even like looking back at some of my older, TikToks, I'm like, well, I don't really align with that idea
Yeah.
anymore. But it's I'm not gonna
I know.
delete and try to say that it wasn't me or I didn't do that because I did, and at one point I did think that. But I think the more serious that this gets,
Hmm.
the only responsible thing to do is just lay off of conspiracy a little bit and just look at facts and
Yeah.
what we have are court documents and things like that that are written down and facts,
Yeah.
and that's the things that we can analyze.
Yeah, I don't really know how much more there is to do other than just to support, like you were mentioning, the justice for Brittany, like with her court cases against stuff, and just hope that somewhere in there we can also find out and kind of gauge and tell if she is in any kind of nefarious situation or if we can rest easy. Um, because the thing is she was put in a care plan that was sealed. She was put in a care plan that was
Hmm.
sealed. That gives reason to be concerned because let me tell you what it involves. And then I'll follow it up by something else too on it. Okay. Hang on. Okay. So in California, an individual care plan can initially be structured to last up to 12 months and can be extended for an additional 12 months. So it's been over a year,
Hmm.
but that's not to say it has not been extended. We don't know that. We don't know it has or hasn't. Care plans ensure participants receive a broad range of necessary services, including short term stabilization medications, wellness and recovery supports, and connection to other social services such as housing. I don't know if
Mm.
that includes facilities. Um, that could be a reach. So, anyways, like, and that's just a general parameter. So, I think the fact that it doesn't appear that we're like getting anything from Brittany in public that's real time since like last July. I know that's, argumentative. Like some people don't agree with that. But that, and then the fact that there was a sealed care plan and that we don't ever, even if we hear Brittany's voice, because there's been a few times that we never see her face
Yeah.
talking. There was that one Instagram story that Sam put up, or her or something, where she had the cat ears and it was after the sighting at Joey's.
Oh yeah.
Um, but there was like a lot of controversy over like there was just a lot of controversy over that.
Yeah, and we talked about
So
that on I think it was
yeah.
episode 3 or 4. I think we talked about
Yeah.
that.
So anyways,
Should we
I
dive into
just
Instagram now?
yeah, let's do it.
So I guess we could start then. We kind of already
With that
talked
rose
about
post you
the
talked about,
yeah, it was
right?
the rose, yeah, which I don't know. I mean, it's just a frozen rose. What do you have? Do you have anything on that? There's
I have
nothing
nothing.
really.
Nothing.
So I guess we can go to the next one where she's wearing the same outfit we saw, like the little baby one more time, reamped outfit with her trophies in the background. And the
Yeah.
caption says, this video is showing my first time with a ring light. Damn, all this time, this video is not as good as the last one in this outfit because I was figuring out how to do it. It's actually cool, and I felt so proud at my first attempt at this ring light. So shamelessly fishing for compliments. Yes, I got it. Or would it be better to trust the person beside me to shoot it? Just saying, reposting because I like this frame. Which the first thing I noticed was the person beside me to shoot it because she said that exact thing in a
Yep.
caption a couple weeks ago.
Yep. And
So
when we had deciphered that it was about Sam at that
yeah,
time.
because we said
Yeah.
like the person beside you, you always think of your
Yeah.
spouse.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was kind of in a post where it looked like she was acknowledging that there were problems between her and Sam. So
Or
to
I also
see
thought about it too, because she always looks to the side in a lot of these posts. I don't know if
oh,
it's her saying like, should I not use the ring light and just use that person that's always there taking pictures of me?
oh yeah, interesting. I love when you come up with these weird thoughts. This is why I don't like talk to you about every little thing until we get to the
Mm-hmm.
podcast so that you can just like spring stuff up
Same.
on me.
No, but that's
um,
because it makes a lot of sense because I in that video and in the where is it? In in all three of them, she has like where she's looking to the side at one point where it's
mhm.
like she's always doing that. I mean, you can go back in a lot of posts and see where she's looking at someone off camera.
Yeah, and so I tried. I had a lot of people message me about that, like, "Oh my god, who's over there? Something's bad." And I just tried to be like, because again, remember what happened with the wellness check, how they're making people look crazy. I just tried to calm everybody and be like, guys, she probably had a friend or somebody that was there. And like if I'm sitting here talking to you, but something goes by, my eyes are going to look. So
Mm-hmm.
it's probably that kind of situation. It may not necessarily be something bad, because I think sometimes they pick certain edits and I think they try to like stir the community.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but
Well, she
yeah,
looks
there's definitely some.
gorgeous, by the way, though.
Oh God, looks
That
amazing.
oh
Her,
my gosh. The
I
hair.
know everything.
Ugh,
So pretty. She's pretty all
absolutely.
the time, even when she has no makeup, even when she's just relaxed in like a t-shirt. She's just naturally beautiful,
So
and that's
pretty.
awesome. But yeah, that one line was like, so we noticed that one line in there is something that was used before, which is going to be important for a future post, which I don't even see on here anymore. Wow.
So should we just go to the next one, which is like that field
Yeah.
of what is that? Wheat? Is that
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. But I feel like we're missing a post. So while you do that, I'm gonna look at for it real quick. So there was the ring light one that you just read, and that one was taken down and reposted a few times, by the way. But there's another one. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna read it.
okay?
So this was actually the first one that was done right after the pink frozen one, or right, yeah, something like that. Anyways, this one was done the same one as the ring light one we just read. Since everyone thinks they know my story, think again in all caps. A mere side of any given Sunday, Sunday's all caps, doesn't show worship placing someone's story out there. It's a day of welcoming, not a righteous reply. It is what it is. Nope, I'm not having a breakdown. I am who I am and moving forward in my life. I've never felt better. Nope, I'm not this girl or that girl. I'm River Red. And being able to volumize my voice in a world where I lost my rights for 15 years gives me an opportunity to succeed, opportunity to know I matter. And maybe if you walked in my shoes, then maybe, just maybe, you could understand. Still learning this no rules thing. I don't think so limited. I feel younger and in awe. Unfortunately, I'm boring as hell and drink hot chocolate at night. I waited nearly 15 years to drink alcohol only to realize that I hated it. It makes me sad and I feel bloated, although food tastes better. Stay blessed and driven. Sit down and stay humble. Nah, I'd rather show my ass. P.S. Yes, I took my Instagram down and now it's back up because I can. That was that post.
Dang, I forgot about that post.
Yeah. I I remember, yeah, I definitely, because I've got my thing here. I was
I
like,
matter comeback. The I
so
matter.
the
We talked about that last week.
mhm. So let me tell you the way I initially, when I read this initially, I was like, there's like 5 to 10 different lines in there that I've analyzed in other posts. And so that was the first thing that struck me, because this is actually Britney's style,
Mm-hmm.
the capital words, the way that she's writing, or the way that it was written. But and I've got this note on here. That's why I remember this too. Like I remember looking at it and being like, damn, there's like it's almost like somebody did like a copy paste, add a sentence,
Right.
copy paste. It was really weird. I was like, because even when somebody like talks and repeats themselves, it's not like the exact. I don't know. It just was weird to me. And having her made that, or that tweet done, that I also didn't think was her. I just felt like this wasn't
Especially
authentically
since it's
Britney.
deleted, so that's like it always has more eyes on it for me. If it's deleted, it's like
Yeah,
what are we trying to be looking at here?
yeah. I
Because
don't
we
know.
also
That
don't
one.
know who's doing all the deleting. We have a couple of theories about that. It could be, you
Hmm.
know, it could be Brittany deleting things she doesn't want to see. It could be T-Con deleting things that they don't want to give us more clues.
Yeah, like they
We're
CSD code, or they could just be riling us up,
yeah,
like with some
because
narrative.
it's been going down constantly since last night. Her posts on Instagram.
Yes. Oh my God. The total number of posts on her page has gone down so dramatically.
Yeah,
Like
it just keeps
over one
going.
or 200, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly why.
Because on your video, I think you made yesterday was at 3,260, and then now
Hmm.
this as of this morning it was 3,170.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what
Yeah.
it is right now. See if it's went down
Oh,
at all
yeah.
since then. No, it's at 3,170 still.
Okay. So it's interesting to see what they're taking down, though. I have no idea, unless it's, you know what? I didn't go back to see like any of the Red Ball or Mars posts were still there. I need to look for those. But a lot of the other ones that I've analyzed are still there. It feels like something else is brewing with Tcon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're done yet. You know, they made a spectacle of the wellness check and tried to make that mean that every Britney advocate was crazy and driving Britney crazy. And I don't think that's the case. And I think they've got something else up their sleeve. And I don't know what yet. I'm like scrolling down her page as we talk. I don't really
The
see
next
any
post
Mars
though, with
posts.
the how she tagged that Le Fleur de la Unit. I'm
Yeah.
probably saying that really wrong. But I think it's so cute that girl keeps reposting everything saying like, "Oh my God, Brittany reposted
Oh,
mine." And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, she reposted it again," because that's the same creator that did the Frozen Rose too.
okay. There's a red ball post. Okay, so that's still in there. Well, that's cute. Um, okay, so that was okay. We went through the wheat one. We went through the
The
maybe
next
one more
was
time
the
outfit.
next that I have is the channeling Julia Roberts one. Is there anything in between
Yeah.
there?
No, I didn't see anything in between there. Um,
She's got on
I
a beautiful red dress. Her hair looks gorgeous. She's got a nice cool red hat and it says,
different shoes too.
yeah, cute. The gray shoes. We've never seen those.
Yeah.
I was channeling Julia
Did you
Roberts
just
with
see
this
that?
red hat. What?
She did that again.
Oh, I know. That's like the
I
main
didn't
standout I
notice that the
love.
first time. And what
She
if
does it
you
so
can't see us?
prominently too.
If you can't see us, guys, we're doing the heart and like the heart emoji with our hands on our neck because she's mentioned that before in a post, and then you and I do that ever since all the time at each other. That's really weird.
I know. I had
See,
to put her on a little
they're
red
trying to
dress
mess
and
with me.
play.
I've gotten myself out of thinking that these were hers, and then they try to do something. Tcon, stop it.
Right?
They're trying to do something to make me question myself. Like, is that really Brittany? Does she really see us? I can see now why they do this because it's intoxicating to think, you know, that someone that you're fighting for sees you and is validating you. But
Yeah, and imagine if she can't, like I was saying earlier, imagine if she can't like really say what she wants to in a caption, she can at least do hand signals and things that are alluding to other things.
oh my God, creepy.
So cute. So I'm putting it up in the so for people that are watching us on Spotify or YouTube, you could see I'm putting up where she's doing the little heart thing.
Hmm. Um, and I just noticed there's like on this post, there's a mark on her arm that's in the same spot as that video where she said tattoo time. Right?
Right.
We never like really saw. All we saw was another post from that time, and it looked like in that spot that it's like a bruise. And we
Yeah.
were like, well, is it like blurred out or what? You know, and even now there's a spot there. The most it looks like is a bruise, but honestly, I mean, who knows? It could be when you go close like that, it almost looks like a dot or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it does have a because I mean if you could see her hand tattoo right underneath it, how it looks very it's so hard on this camera,
Oh,
but it looks very clear, but that looks like a
like
lot
a
lighter,
bruise.
especially not for a
Yeah.
fresh tattoo.
Yeah, that would only be like less than a year old, if I'm right. And that was done when she was in Maui in the Aprilish time of last year. So that was one thing I noticed. I was like, oh, well, if it really was a bruise, then why does this look like the same bruise she had in a post from April of 22? You know, I was like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence. Who knows? But it just was weird to me. And that's why I was like, I don't think this was a yesterday quote unquote post when I saw that. But what did you think?
I mean I did notice the hat thing when the same hat or same style hat that Sam has in a couple posts. that he did for a brand deal.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't hear anything about that. And remember, I don't have like his Instagram anymore. He blocked me, so I never really came
Yeah,
prepared.
he did a brand deal in Mexico of him wearing that hat in black.
Oh, then that's what somebody was talking about. I thought they were saying it looked like a hat that she wore in Mexico, and I was like confused. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
So the next post, she has my favorite song playing in the background again.
Is it the nails one?
Yes. Every time I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, she loves that song and I love that song. And there's just so much
Oh,
to it.
wow. Okay. So she's at Westlake again in
Hmm.
California. It looks like we've had lots of video from here. She's in like a orange shirt that she's got pulled up like a tank top and then gray shorts, and she's just dancing, feeling herself. Just feeling
Who is the
myself, feeling
guy?
myself
Is this the one with the guy that walks in the
in the
background?
background.
Yeah, who's the
I
guy?
I feel like is that like somebody that's just walking by, or is it possibly like a security, one of her security people or
That's what I
something?
thought. I was like, I really want to
Yeah.
see if it's a security because who's in that room with Brittany? Because she's always alone in these Westlake gym videos. I don't know if Westlake people just don't work out or what. It's like she's always
Yeah, that's
alone.
true. That is interesting. You don't see like a lot of other people. I feel like one time I saw somebody on a treadmill in the background, but yeah, not that much. And yeah, so if there's any like things about feeling like it's not her, you know, how people say with like the deep fakes, I don't really feel that. Do you see that spin she does? And
Hmm.
we've talked about how her head clicks every time when
Yeah,
she's like doing, I feel like that's her like
she
foreshore dancing
spots.
stuff. Yeah, spot. Thank you. That's the right way to say it. But yeah. So was there? Oh, she says my hair is so pretty. Okay, so I didn't really respond real quick. I didn't really respond to the red dress thing that night. I had sick kids, and I was just like, I'm not even sure this is her. I was kind of pissed. I'm like, I'm not even going to respond. And then this thing, but when we had talked, I was like, her hair's on fire though. She looks good, and her hair's on fire. And
Hmm.
then this came out, and it said my hair's so pretty, and I was like, are they trying to bait me? You know what I mean? Like, because I
Yeah.
know they watch us. I
Yeah.
know that her team watches us. I can feel very confident in saying that. Not just us, but other creators too. So when I was like, what? Did I not give in and you're trying to bait me or whatever? Like you want me
Right.
to feel like she's talking to me because I don't feel like Brittany's talking to me. I don't.
Right. I think it's Cade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. He's like, come on, let me make you look crazy, just like the other ones.
Oh
Come on.
Lord.
He wanted me to
Right.
come on there and be a dummy and be like, oh, Brittany's talking to me. Oh my God. And then, blast that all over TMZ and make me look nuts. And I'm just like, guys, just like you've learned and adapted, we've learned and adapted as well. Like, come on.
Hmm.
What did you think about that one though, Dylan? You may have had
The
a different.
the main thing I took back from that was just that she's dancing to the nail song again, and I just always talk about the
What do you
damn
make
nail
of that
song.
though? What do you think?
Well, I
Like
mean,
in
the
this
lyrics of
situation?
that song, just, she just has the part about like all the sad ones are on the meds and oops, I did it again. And it's the flesh pieces in my nail. She always like is digging at that part.
She
Like
does.
she wants to like dig into something. Like
Do you feel like it could, like, it's a possibility that it could be her and that had something to do with that post?
my first instinct whenever she plays that song is something like a retaliation against Sam, like
Okay.
saying I think because that song came out in May, like we've pointed out, and
Yeah.
then if all these are from if this is like from a bank up from like July area, or June or July, like after
Okay.
the
Yeah.
wedding thing, this could be like her like just
Being
showing her
mad.
anger, because that's an
Yeah.
angry song. If you listen to that song, it's kind of got like an angry vibe to it. Like it's just very
Yeah.
like bad girl,
Yeah.
mentality. And just
Yeah.
like the lyrics alluding to just like there's flesh pieces in my nails. If you want to mess with me, like I'm gonna
Hmm.
get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would make
No doubt.
sense like to her like to be really being emotional that song for like all of June and July. Like and that's probably the time like that's goes along with the time period of when she could have banked all of this content.
It's true. Yeah. She could have used that time like, oh, I needed space or whatever, stayed at the Westlake for quite a while. Cause apparently there's a lot, you can Google it. There's like a lot of things that come up about her being at Westlake in July. And she could have just like taken her time, figured out what she was going to do. And I don't know. I don't know. She could have left and she's staying somewhere else. Hell, she could be in Maui, and that's why we're not getting any PAP stuff.
Right.
Just
And that would
saying, because they
explain
have that
why,
law.
and that could explain why that wellness check that was performed was, they couldn't confirm deny that they spoke to Britney, but everything's okay at that residence.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be
Like
a
they
fact to
confirmed everything
say.
was okay. Yeah, because they can confirm that everything's okay at the residence, like as long as like the owner's there, like Sam or somebody, to confirm that. So that does make sense.
Right. And the
So
way it's worded is just it's covering their own tracks, like the way that they could say that with like because everything was okay at the residence, but she
yeah,
could be at the Westlake Wailea.
true, very true. My mind is spinning again with all these different directions of things.
But she
I've been
keeps
really confused since the wellness check of trying to figure out like which way to go with this, you
and
know?
they overcompensate like her like currentness of every post by saying like this was last night or this was two
Yeah.
days ago and or this was the day I got my tattoo. Like on the next post is just some
Yeah.
screenshots and it says, I knew these are screenshots, but it's the day I got my tattoo. Like they're constantly trying to timestamp because we're figuring out that it's not the correct timestamps.
Yeah. But the problem is, I was saying this on a live on TikTok earlier this morning, is like if she's really just like away or whatever or not wanting to be involved, like you wouldn't have to do this. You wouldn't have to make this stuff up. You wouldn't have to you could just, you know,
You just
you wouldn't
post.
have to yeah, you wouldn't you could just post like the old things. You wouldn't have to have cryptic captions. You wouldn't have to have, you know, to timestamp like you're saying. Like you would literally just post and it is what it is.
It is what
But
it
the
is.
fact that there's like cryptic captions, no one's really seeing Britney out anywhere, or you're only seeing quote unquote crazy kind of like sightings. Like all of that is weird. You hear her voice speaking a couple of times. You're not really seeing her, or it's dark and grainy like it's old video. Like it's really not that hard to, you know, show that somebody's involved, but she has every right to be like away and want privacy. She really does. But I was just saying this morning, like, if that's the case, you don't have to like cover it up with shit that makes her look crazy on the post. Like, just have her act like it's her and put out something, that says, like, I need space or Brittany needs space or whatever, like, you're not going to see current footage of me anytime soon.
Or
Like,
she
they
would
could have done
address it
that.
in a video like earlier when I was on your
Like
live I
her
scrolled
speaking.
down. Yeah, I
Yes.
scrolled down to like 2016 and I was looking at just the difference in her Instagram and it was all just usually like one-liner captions with like it
Yeah.
would be on a video of her like today I'm doing this or blah 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 like just her
Her
like
speaking
speaking to us.
herself.
But that
Yes.
we don't get videos like that anymore. We just get dancing.
Yeah.
That's it.
All they're doing is they are inciting more fear. They are keeping this narrative going. Like it doesn't have to be a fight. We don't have to fight. Like if they really want it to stop, they could like move forward. They don't even have to address the past. They don't even have to necessarily. They could just move forward in a different way and people would be happy. People would expect, be acceptive because they want to accept that. They want everything to be somewhat okay. And if Brittany's not okay, she's not okay. And if she wants that private, she can have that private. But why not say something alluding to some of that instead of let's put out captions that make her look crazy? Are you just trying to use that so that you can get her back into a conservatorship? Like, why would your team do that?
Yeah.
And
Why is her
also
team the only team of any celebrity
that lets her do
that
that,
does
right?
this? Yeah.
And because if the argument is that Brittany really is the one putting out those cryptic captions, again, why would your team let you do that? Because I know that they screen her posts. You hear tons of other artists who say that they either don't post themselves or their stuff is heavily screened. Britney's is too. So if you're screening it, why are you letting her put that out? You must have bad intentions. If you don't, then start changing the narrative. It's as easy as that.
And like, who's that guy, Jeff? Like, what is he doing? The PR guy, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like, he's still employed. Why? What is his job? What does he do then? Because this would never be like, appropriate for a PR to approve of for any other celebrity.
Yeah.
Jeff Raymond. He still works
Yes,
for
Jeffrey.
Jason Trawick and William
Ugh,
Morris Endeavor Entertainment.
yeah. And then that leads us up to this last post then of her in the brown outfit, which has been posted before.
Yeah.
It was
Which
posted back in
with
December.
this time they just put screenshots instead of the video.
Yeah, the day I got my tattoo. So, and I feel like they're trying to bait. Now, the interesting thing is that I don't know if it technically came out and posted before my video, but I put up a video last night about how I wasn't even sure about that tattoo, about how that spot from the red dress post matched this spot that I just explained from Maui, and that I just wasn't sure about the timeline. Wasn't for sure. That's all I said. Our posts seemed to come out right at the same time, and I'm not sure
Yeah.
which one was first, but I find that very odd and still feel a little provoked.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
And why would you
because
post that
I
caption when you're not even showing the tattoo? It's just so
right?
weird. Like you would think it'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, the day I got my tattoo."
I'm sorry, just like us talking about this, just all signs lead to like, do you even have Brittany around? Like, are you guys, is that why you guys are posting mean stuff? Because you're mad because she has left? And I'm not saying left as in like still under control and can't, I'm not even saying it like that. I'm just saying maybe she left and said, I'm not going to play along, and she is free to leave. And, but her team is, she doesn't own her name. So maybe
Mm,
they have the right to sit there and run her Instagram into the ground like this. I mean, that's possible too,
mm.
being mad at her and stuff. But yeah, that whole
I just thought like back to that post where she was like, "I cut my hair," but then we never saw cut hair.
never saw it.
Like, what if that was like, what if she like cut her hair, changed her appearance, and took off, and they
Yeah,
were like trying to put it out that like, oh, she's cut her hair. Maybe look for if we can find her, look for the cut hair version.
that's very true, Dylan.
She
And
could be in
people
some
were,
kind of witness protection kind of deal where she's just
I hope
like,
so.
I know, me too. I would love
I
that for
I
her.
hope so, if these are the type of people that are surrounding her. Like I would love to find something decent about them, but they're not giving me anything to work with.
No,
But
and her husband is just climbing his social ladder every day on Instagram and always promoting
yeah,
himself. And he has this idea that he's a huge celebrity.
yeah, yeah. The whole thing is just I just think I think everybody needs to be careful how they like go about Britney content, and just expect that they like any of your comments could become a TMZ article, because TCon and anybody that thinks that the Britney advocates are crazy are looking for anything that supports that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just encourage everybody to watch their comments and things that you put out in your words when you're talking about this stuff.
Yeah, and like we all need to just like work together as Britney fans to just
Yeah.
support her, and we're not against each other, as no matter how much her team wants to pit us against each other, we're all wanting the same thing. It's just Britney
Hmm.
free and happy and her justice to be served.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if they would just quit pushing that she's this unwell thing, and just yeah, things could be so much different. Anyways, hopefully we'll
Do you
get
want
there.
to should we cover Miss Victoria
Oh my
Tyrannosaurus
gosh,
Rex?
I completely forgot. Stop it.
I don't want to say.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. Let's cover some of it for sure, because I'm not going to do a lot of TikTok videos on her. That's what they and she wants. So Victoria is like apparently the new spokesperson. It was Scam,
Yeah,
and now it's Vicky. And see, Vicky is much more well spoken and wittier, and she's
condescending.
smart. Yeah, very condescending, that's for sure. And I she's just coming out there and addressing all the Britney stuff now. Like she used to be nice about it, and now she's just coming out with like laughing at people, acting like they're stupid, and trying to disprove everything.
Which, like,
So
put yourself in her shoes, in her reality. If your friend is being questioned of their safety, you're not going to like scoff at the people that are questioning their safety, especially if the other person's not commenting on it. Like, even if they're,
mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, you would
Yeah.
be like accepting of like, oh, that's so sweet, but no, she's fine, like blah blah blah. But no,
Well,
Vicky
that's
has
how she
taken
was
it
at
to this next
first.
level.
And now she's not, because you can tell, because they've assigned her as the new like spokesperson. This is like a lot of people that are against this like new movement trying to tear everybody down. And so now they've put Vicky out and tried to get her into this, and along with like the bullying, and she's supposed to she looks very sensible when you watch her. She looks like a sensible person. So it's easy for people to be like, oh yeah, God, look, if she's saying this, like, you guys are crazy. It's easy, if somebody's just like new to the movement or something. So
So she was doing a little like ask me anything on
yeah.
Instagram stories, and someone asked, "Why wasn't you at Britney's wedding?" And she said, "This." She said, "This has been addressed many times. I had a long-standing trip to Italy with some of my best friends during the dates that were decided on, so I sadly couldn't be there, even though I wanted to be. Funniest theory I've been seeing is that I'm her body double at the wedding, even though there's proof I was in Italy." Okay.
I never thought she was the body double anyways. I don't
No.
think she could pull off being
I don't
Britney.
remember anyone ever saying that either. So I'm like, are you just trying to
Yeah,
insert
I
your own
know.
little conspiracy theory here?
Yeah, that's a weird one for me.
I would like someone to tag me in that if they could find
I
where
know.
where anyone has ever said Vicky
Body
T was the
shapes are way too
stand-in.
different. Yeah.
Absolutely,
And I'm
yeah.
not shaming anybody. I'm just saying the body types are way,
No,
you
they're
know.
completely different women. Like they don't look
Yeah.
alike.
Yeah, no way.
Then there was another one. So the next one is the story. My thoughts are I won't believe anything anyone tells us until we hear it from her, which Vicky responds, "You think if she goes live, that would really squash these theories? You don't think people would say it was a body double or she was forced by Team Con in quotes?"
Oh, we got to talk about that one for a second. I'm waving my finger at the screen.
Uh,
Uh-uh. See, that's the new thing they're trying to do too, is be like, oh, it doesn't matter what she did. You guys wouldn't believe it anyways. See, they're trying to make everything we say sound like we are crazy.
hmm.
Like, that's not true at all. We literally just
No.
talked this whole thing about, like, go ahead, put out a video and let us see her speak. Let's see if she does look authentic, and then we'll just go from there. Don't
Yeah.
try to get away with no deep fake shit either, because I know deep
Yeah.
fakes are very available by now. So,
And like all we would like to see is just like a video of her speaking without looking to the side every 5 seconds because we know how
oh God, don't
when
tell them what
she's
we want. They'll train them. No,
but
it's
like
fine though. I know what you mean.
in the first movement when she was telling us that she was okay and that her dad was just going through some things, like those are the videos where she's constantly looking to the side and like not herself. We want to just hear her speak with the cadence she spoke in her court testimony and then that little audio she put out last August, like where she's
Hmm.
speaking very coherently, very normal, very like not doesn't sound anything was forced. That's all it, like
Yeah. So I do want to bring something up about Vicky that I is all speculation, but let me just say that the persona that she's trying to give off is that she's very good friends with Britney. However, I have heard from other creators that she has reached out to them with the unwell narrative. I
mm,
don't think, if that's true, that certainly does not show a good friend. I personally know two creators who I know them personally, two creators who Vicky came to them in their DMs with the unwell narrative.
oh wow.
So, and I don't believe that they would lie. I don't know if this is true though, and I would never name names, but that was enough for me right there. I
Mm,
was like, so it just sticks in my mind when I
trash, I
see
hate it.
Vicky like this, like speaking like this. I'm like, okay, so me knowing that, if that is true, then you're definitely just their next crusader trying to take down the next Britney advocate. And they are actively trying to walk me into situations. I've got over 100,000 followers over on TikTok, and they're along with me and other creators. They're constantly have people that are like minions who are reporting all of our videos, trying to get us taken down and banned. And I'm not even going to tell you the situations, but I have three right on tap that of like situations that I've had people try to walk me into that could put me into a pretty liable situation, as in like a possible defamation suit, like cease and desist, just all kinds of things. So it's interesting the levels they're going to. It's not just the bullying with that wellness check, you know?
Right, right. So
So,
that's the two
anyways,
Vicky stories.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Is there anything else that we have on our?
Honestly, no, I feel like this is the craziest week to report on.
I know.
Craziest week. But anyways, I that's all I got.
Yeah,
I think we caught
we're
everybody up real good.
we are caught up. We are caught up. You can, if you have anything to say, we have a tip line 720-515-1915.
Yeah.
Text videos. The videos don't come through very clear, but I still get them.
No. Well, I think that's it until next time then.
Yeah, until next time.
Hopefully something good happens. It's to our little hearts.
Maybe we'll get a
Now I'm
video
gonna
from
go back and
Britney.
watch that video.
Yeah, right.
I hope we do get something that feels like it's actually authentically Britney.
I
I
would
really
love
do.
that. I would love
I
that.
really do.
I would love a
So,
live.
oh God, I
I would
know.
love a live. I mean, you got that
I know.
great ring light where Brittany, you look stunning in that ring light. You would just kill it on a
Yes.
live.
Yeah. She don't even have to like dress up. Throw your hair.
Right. Oh my
I don't
God. Throw
care
your hair
what
in a
you do,
bun.
girl.
I'm obsessed with
Yeah.
the messy bun hair,
I know.
Brittany.
I know. I bet you are. It's so
I
cute.
love it.
You love it. It's so cute. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have, don't you bark. Hopefully we'll have some. My dog is on me. Sorry.
I love the don't you bark. I'm so glad that we got that on video. Don't you bark.
My dog, like
People say that now in your
his
lives
head
and
raised. I
comments. They'll
know.
just be like, "Don't you bark" with the eye emoji, like, "Don't you
Their heads raised and looked around like they were about to. And if one starts,
bark?"
the rest is going to. And then we're like,
Chain
you're all going to be
reaction.
deaf. It's going to be terrible. Oh my God.
Oh,
Anyways,
well, until
I
next
love you, Dilly.
week. Love you,
All
love you,
right.
love you.
Next week. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, guys.